ticket. Maximum effort.
How's it going, y'all? Rowdy Riles back with another video. So today I did what I said I wasn't gonna do, and I picked up the next Marvel Legends Maximum series, which is Maximum Thor. Now I will say, actually I don't want to ruin it. I don't want to ruin the video. But this figure, I was really picking apart when it was revealed because I wanted the classic Thor and felt like the accessories weren't enough, and that may still be the case. All I'm trying to say before we get into the video is don't knock it till you try it. Don't judge a book by its cover. Cost withstanding. Like, I don't think the price is at all justified in any way on any Maximum release, but this is the world we live in. So today we're talking about Maximum Thor. I'm also going to talk a little bit about which Maximums are more worth it, so we're going to kind of rank them a little bit. So stay tuned for that part of the video. But with all that being said, let's just get into it.
This drink, I like it.
I know, it's great, right?
Another!
Taking a quick look at the box, yes, Thor is already out. He's escaped, but it says Maximum Series Thor. We got some accessories. We got some artwork on the sides and on the back. There's no blurb, so there's nothing really too special to talk about when it comes to the box. It's more about what's in the box and if it's actually Maximum. And so verily I say unto thee, whosoever wields this hammer shall wield the power of a whore. Wait, no. That's not the line. So taking an out-of-box look at the Maximum Series Thor, the most impressive thing about this figure is the cape. It's a really nice cape. It's thick, it's nice quality, the wire is very strong, so it can hold lots of poses, as you can see. And the material, it looks kind of soft because it is. It feels actually pretty nice. Thor is rightfully huge. He's supposed to be a bigger character. He's like in the 7-foot range as far as the comic books are concerned. And the outfit is a more modern interpretation, of course. We've got some leather straps, some silver, some chainmail, all the things that you would expect from Thor, including Mjolnir. But the reason why I did the quote is because the quote is not on this Mjolnir. It's on the 80th anniversary Thor, but it's not on this one. And that's kind of a miss in my opinion. I feel like Mjolnir should have that inscribed, whether it be in Nordic or in actual English. And I don't mind this smiling face sculpt. I think that's the best face sculpts, the best of the face sculpts in the set. It comes with 3, and they're swappable with the hair pieces and the helmets, but I really do like the smiling one out of all of them. I think it looks the best. Nice paint details. That's not usually an issue with Maximum, although there's always some errors, there's always some problems, but this Thor is pretty quality as far as I can see. I'm not picking up on any paint errors or paint slippage or like misalignments with articulation. He feels nice. He's a solid figure. I just wish it had been a more classic outfit. I know I was tearing into this release when it came out, but he's not that bad. He's grown on me. Unlike Mephisto, I still hate that figure. But I think that this Thor really does look good. And of course the figure itself and the sculpt and the articulation plays a big part in what I think a Maximum series should be. We've had 4 now. This is the 4th one. And most of the stuff here is new. All of the stuff is new that you're seeing right here. There is some reuse, and we'll get to that. But I'm of the opinion that we could have done without Throg, who's in the center there. We could have done without Throg and done with a spinning Mjolnir. We get a flying Mjolnir. That's why the hand is attached, because in the comics he throws Mjolnir and just it carries him, and that's how he flies. And then we get a regular Mjolnir. Neither of them are inscribed. We get 6 separate hands. We get a horn. I don't know what that horn is in reference to in the comics. And then we get 3 head sculpts. The smiling one, the helmet and the hair is swappable. There's kind of a grimace, and then there's a screaming one. And in my opinion, this is probably the 2nd most Maximum out of the Maximum figures, based solely on the figure itself and the accessories that you get. Maximum Spider-Man, of course, being 1st, and then it's kind of dead last tie between Hulk and Deadpool. I really don't like Maximum Deadpool. And when I'm talking about the reuse, it's these things. These are the same electric pieces that we got with Electro from the No Way Home movie, Electro female, and then now they're reusing them for Thor, but in blue. So we have 2 sets of these if you have both Electros, but these are reused. We should not have had these in this set because they're reused. They should have made new ones. or given us a spinning Mjolnir or whatever. So when it comes to the articulation, it is, like I said, an all new sculpt. It is based on a more modern version of Thor rather than the classic, which is what I really wanted, but not everyone wants the same things. Head goes forward that far, the neck is separate, so that's nice. Goes back that far, so we can kind of look up, not perfectly. Shoulders come up about 90 degrees. We get bicep or butterfly joints. We get a full bicep cut, pinless double elbows, which are very nice. We get an upper and lower ball peg in the torso, so he can go forward about that far, backward really far actually. That's very nice. Drop down hips, legs come forward to the side, back, butt kicking action, not quite. Sculpt gets in the way. We have a thigh cut. There's no boot cut. There's of course ankle rockers, and then the biggest thing here is this amazing, beautiful cape. It is the material, you see it and yeah, it looks nice, but it looks way nicer in person. I was very surprised. This, you see how thick the hem is on this? That's because it's a big ass wire. It's a big chunk in wire so that you can have this cape hold essentially however you would want it to. So I think that's the best part of this figure. That's the most worthwhile thing we're getting from this. Do more of this, Hasbro. This is what you should have done for Mephisto, an $85 release, and this is overpriced for sure. $60 for this with tax. No, not worth it, but I do like him. So he grew on me. My opinion still holds up. I think they cost too much. I think that all of Hasbro stuff is overpriced at this point, especially when they just fall down while you're talking. But yeah, there's things about him I like and things about him I don't like, and that's like most Marvel Legends, but I think there is more to like with this Maximum release than some of the other ones like Thor and Deadpool. Not Spider-Man. Spider-Man's goated. I don't care what anyone says. That is my favorite Spider-Man action figure.
Avengers, assemble!
First of all, for scale and comparison and also ranking purposes, I have them set up a specific way for a reason. We're going to rank the Maximum series in this video. Obviously, Spider-Man is in the front of the line, like I said. Thor is a very, very high second as far as the gap between Deadpool and Hulk. Deadpool, he makes up for some of his shortcomings with accessories, but there is a lot of reuse with that figure, more so than Thor, more so than Hulk when it comes to accessories. And then Hulk is dead last because the body is all reuse except for the upper torso in the butterfly joints that they designed around that softer rubber. So that is my ranking. There is their scale and height. Obviously, Thor is going to be much taller than Spider-Man and Deadpool, and Hulk is going to tower over all of them. So I think they scale perfectly. This is my mind's eye of comic book Avengers as far as the scale. And then you bring Captain America in and all that stuff, and it's pretty much getting perfect, spot-on scaling with Legends at this point. And you know at some point they're going to do a Maximum Captain America. They're going to. And a Maximum Iron Man. If this line continues to be made, that is. Because who knows? Who knows? I do see that Spider-Man is going for a lot more. Deadpool is going for a lot more. Even Thor is right now. So there is a point where they sell out and then third-party sellers step in and start charging more. But there they are together. Here is Maximum Thor next to 80th Anniversary Thor. And he is larger. Obviously, the cape, I so wish we got a classic, like, I want a pinless updated classic version articulated like this. Like, maybe we'll get it eventually, but who knows at this point. I just love that look for Thor. That's what I always picture. I mean, this is a second, obviously, and that's probably why they did it, to modernize and be like, well, yeah, if we do another classic one, y'all have to buy that one too. So you know how it be. I'm definitely not going to part ways with this 80th Anniversary Thor. That's not going to happen. So he's definitely sticking around in the collection. It's just I'm probably going to put the Maximum in my Avengers display, and then Thor will just hang out with my other Legends that are currently out of commish. Oh my god, we so desperately need a new Loki, like, especially now. Like, the scale, the articulation, the build, the face, like, just, we need an updated, more modern Loki to go with this Thor. We got Enchantress, she's fine in that outfit, I don't care, but this Loki is, and this is even the retro card re-release with extra paint apps in the face and an extra head sculpt, and it just does not hold up. It's such an old body for Loki and too muscly. Not for classic Loki, but for like the Loki that we all picture now. There's much better versions. Here he is with He-Man and Skeletor from Mattel. Duh. Conan and Red Sonja. Well, no, Frazetta Girls, Conan, and Boss Fight, Red Sonja. And then lastly, with Revoltech, Amazing Yamaguchi, Ryu Hayabasa, and Harley Quinn, Mr. J.
Mjolnir!
So with all that being said, y'all, do I think that I paid too much for this figure? Yes. Do I enjoy this figure? Also yes. Was I too harsh with my criticism before I got it in hand? Sure. Cape makes up for a lot. There's not a whole lot of reuse, mostly just those lightning effects, which don't really fit over his arm very well. They kind of more so fit over Mjolnir, which I guess works. I love this head sculpt. I love the paint details. That cape is amazing. So I'd say if you don't have a Thor for your collection, or if you do and you just want a more updated pinless modern one that isn't a Herald of Galactus Thor, this may be the way to go. And honestly, I do think it's kind of crazy how little love Thor gets in the Marvel Legends line. We've gotten a lot of Hulk, a lot of Spider-Man, not a whole lot of Thor. But I'd say he's worthy of adding to your collection if you're in that predicament where you just don't have enough Thor. Grab him. Get him while you can. I don't know. He's pretty fun. I'm enjoying him. So, you know, I try not to be negative. I try to be like, yeah, there's things people can like, there's figures people can like, but when Hasbro does so much reuse and so much like lazy stuff, it is a nice feeling when you get a fully brand new sculpted figure with awesome articulation and stuff. You feel better about your purchase, and you know, I didn't regret buying him, so that's a start, I guess, right? But with all of that being said, keep your head up, stay brave, be kind to local LGBTQ plus community, check out r/Figure Fanatics, become a channel member so you can join the Rowdy Rascals Discord, which is called the Rowdy Roadhouse. It's only 99 cents. The link is in a members only post, so once you join, you can join the Discord, and it also helps support the channel. Like this video, comment, let me know if you agree or disagree, if you're picking up Maximum Thor, if you're waiting for the next Thor release, how your day is going, just say, hey, I love y'all, I will see you next time, and bye-bye. Mwah. Stay Maximum. Excelsior. Whatever.
Maximum effort.
Return to
The mythical Walmart end cap.
Ah, Morty, you're still watching this crap, isn't this? Review figures and toys and stuff, aren't you a little old for toys? Ah, geez, Rick, you know, I don't think you should call her a bitch, and I kind of like her videos, so maybe you should shut the up. Q, Morty. Q.